complexion of the 2017 edition of the Dakar has become harsh. Carlos Sainz, the latest victim of its ferocity. This year seems so unpredictable. In both the bikes and quads, there have been 5 different winners in as many stages. For the cars and trucks, almost the same with 4. So the question goes out, who wants to win this thing? Will the likely victors stand out or crash out? In this Dakar, it seems anything goes. Today is the official rest day. Time to reflect, recover and refocus. It's Dakar 2017's official rest day, and what a colourful place to relax and unwind before week 2. This is Bolivia's capital, La Paz. It's the northernmost point to the rally this year, and the city could not be more pleased to be hosting the diverse Dakar family. And what a welcome party the city threw. This year's route travels from Asuncion in the first-time participating country in Paraguay to Argentina, then Bolivia, before returning to Argentina with the traditional finishing destination of Buenos Aires. Total distance is more than 5,400 miles. Not all Weeks 1 prescribed miles have been covered, with part of Stage 5 and all of Stage 6 being cancelled due to extreme weather. The Dakar Rest Day is one so looked forward to for so many reasons. Mostly because everyone needs a break. The teams have expectations for the day and a checklist to complete, but no one could have anticipated this. An estimated 1 million people turned out to treat every Dakar competitor with the same adulation. If this didn't refill their energy stores, then nothing could. In fact, the support for the rally in La Paz could rival that seen at the end of Week 2 in Argentina's capital, Buenos Aires. This was a day of celebration and acknowledgement of a global event being in Bolivia. And that wasn't lost on the locals or the competitors. And once on the podium, the riders and drivers were congratulated by the President of Bolivia, Evo Morales.
I'm surprised by the welcome of the Bolivian people. I really have to thank the organisers and the competitors. Dakar is synonymous of the bonding between the people of the world. I'm really so happy to see the reaction of the people of Bolivia. There's such a great feeling of strength, of sacrifice on behalf of all these people. Impressive. Thank you so much.
And of course, hometown heroes, competitors from Bolivia, were cheered just as that, heroes. Fabrizio Fuentes, Juan Carlos Salvatierra, and the Nasiglia brothers, making Bolivia proud. One could have been mistaken for thinking it was the completion of the Dakar, not the halfway mark. What a festival, what a celebration. A warm tribute to every single competitor of the rally, from the first to the last, and a real boost of energy before the second demanding week of Dakar 2017. Biggest story of week one was also a shock. The overwhelming favourite in the bikes forced to retire. Toby Price had already won a stage and was on track to win his second when a crash on stage 4 saw him airlifted to hospital with a broken left leg. This should have been music to Juan Barreta's Honda ears. Well, it was, but not for long, as the Spaniard and all of his Honda brethren were handed a 1-hour time penalty for refuelling in a prohibited zone. Officials said it wasn't cheating, just an error. In the face of that adversity, America's Ricky Brabec has kept an optimistic outlook, but sometimes it's difficult. He's trying hard to better last year's rookie result of 9th overall, but the tricky navigation this year seems to have him troubled. Sam Sunderland has the honour of leading the field into the rest day. He accomplished that by winning his second Dakar career stage 2 days ago. Is he KTM's big hope? Pressure is on. If KTM doesn't win, it'll be its first loss in 16 years.
I got to take it with a pinch of salt, really, because as you can see, one day so many things can change, and it's nice, of course, to be leading the race, but to be honest, I'm going to try not to think about that and just try and take each day as it comes, because as you've seen in the last days, you can go from leading with 20-30 minutes to, back 10-30 minutes, so it's not easy.
First time Sunderland has ever led overall. Yamaha's Van Beveren and De Soltre have been revelations, while Gonçalves the only Honda in the top 10. Ricky Brabec is 21st. Qatar's Nasser Al-Attiyah came to Dakar this year with a new ride. His Toyota looked good and was fast. He won stage 1, but the joy was short-lived as he got a fright when an oil leak caused a fire at stage end. The two-time champ got away pretty much unscathed. The worst wasn't over for Al-Attiyah. Stage 3, he hit a rock in a hole and tore the right rear wheel from the car. An amazing job was done to get the Toyota back to the bivouac, but that's when he knew his Dakar was done. But Nasser's woes paled in comparison to fellow champion Carlos Sainz. This was frightening.
We arrived into a braking point a little bit too quick. The car turned sideways. I catch the inside, then flip me over. And then I roll a few times down, also a little bit of a drop. A drop maybe 15 meters, something like that.
There's a reason why Stefan Peter Hansel has won 6 Dakar on a bike and 6 in a car. He's always there. He minimises mistakes and never stops thinking big picture. The veteran who's competing in his 28th Dakar Rally won stage 3, finished 3rd most recently on the 5th stage.
We finished 3rd today and we take the lead for nothing, but it's better than to be in the bike.
It's not hard to see who the favourite is. Well, as far as the manufacturer, Peugeot's Super Team fill all 3 top positions. Imagine if Sainz hadn't exited. Two-time and reigning trucks champion Gerard Deroy began with a bang, both metaphorically and physically. He was one of the best in the opening stage, but like Al-Attiyah in the cars, had a fire late in the going. One thing you can count on every year in the Dakar Trucks race, a blue beast charging hard, and that was Dmitry Sotnikov. He's yet to win a stage, but has led overall. Leader of the Kamaz Blue Armada is Eduard Nikolaev. He won stage 3 and led overall after the 3rd stage. 2013 champ is a stayer. Watch out for him in week 2. But they're all chasing Gerard Deroy. Despite his Iveco having that small fire on stage 1, it's been a pretty good week for the Dutchman, and back-to-back stage wins is a loud message to his opponents. He's here to win a 3rd title.
This year, everything looks good. Yesterday, all the teams, also in the cars, they made mistakes. We did, I think, 5th time overall between the cars. That's amazing in the first week on a special like this. So navigation is going to be the key for this rally.
Deroy surely feels the blue breath of Kamaz from behind, with 3 of them chasing his Iveco. The ebb and flow of this leaderboard in the first week has been crazy. Great sign for week 2. To come to Dakar as a rookie is one thing, but then to be leading the quads class into the rest day is something altogether different. Young Frenchman Simon Witz has been the surprise of the class. Consider this, Witz is leading the experienced Sergei Karyakin by 8 minutes and the 2014 champ Ignacio Casale by 14. And in the UTV or utility vehicle class, Brazil's Leandro Torres has a monstrous 2.5-hour gap to his nearest rival. After the break, Brabec, Ricky Brabec that is, He's America's only participant in this year's Dakar, and he's still in it. He learned so much as a rookie last year, and we'll tell you how 2017 is going so far. That's next.
Play.
It's rest day at the 39th Dakar, an event that saw 59 countries represented. One American took the start, and he's still around for week 2 in the bikes. In his second Dakar, Ricky Brabeck finished second in the opening stage, but was hurt by a 1-hour Honda team penalty on the 4th day for improper fueling. As a result, he's an hour 49 off the lead, but remains upbeat.
The Dakar this year is it's going good. You know, it's not easy as it seems. You know, people see it on TV, and you know, I was one of those people too, 5-6 years ago, saying, "Oh, it looks easy." Look at it, those guys aren't even going that fast. The last year was a lot easier than this year. You know, navigation last year was simple. This year, Mark's thrown in some technical waypoints, so that makes it interesting because I mean, you can lose a lot of time at one waypoint trying to find it. This year, I started off well towards the front, and you know, that's kind of where I want to stay. I mean, I had a few problems. You know, I blame myself the last few days. My goals before the race, you know, a month or 2 months, 3 months ago, I wanted to get a top 5. You know, and I feel like I can do that. I have confidence that I can do that. But after the team took a penalty hit, you know, it's going to be pretty difficult for me now to do that. Next week, I'll just be a little bit smarter. And I think to stay up in the front of the race, I think it's better to slow down and start thinking a lot more. I found some speed where last year I didn't have it. I'm a little bit more confident with myself and with the bike. And now it's just trying to get used to those new waypoints that don't really pop up on your GPS. You just have to hopefully clear it. And that's the tough part now. I'm happy to make it to the rest day. I'm healthy. I've hit the ground 2 times. I didn't get injured, so you know, that's always a plus. And the next 6 days of racing, I hope to fix my problems I had last week and keep moving forward.
As mentioned, Toby Price won last year and was in contention this week until he crashed and broke his femur. On the rest day, members of his KTM team and the relative Husqvarna team took the opportunity to visit the Aussie at the La Paz hospital, where he's being treated.
All I remember is I was in a Rio, like in a riverbed, and I've hit something pretty solid, which I'm guessing would have been a rock. And last bit I remember was just pretty much floating across the air and seeing a lot of rocks fly underneath me pretty quickly, and then that was about it. I've ended up breaking my femur in 4 spots. So now I've got a rod fixed in my leg. Could be a lot worse, but it's definitely not a good thing. But we'll be back and go again.
The Dakar can be cruel to champions and especially rookies. Here's what happened when South African Joey Evans discovered his injured countryman David Thomas.
Oh man, I've just come across my good mate, David Thomas. And he's broken his leg. We got the chopper here, but he's in a lot of pain, and it's not cool, man. It's not cool. Just hang in there, Dave. China, you're a champion, buddy.
Can't believe it, Joe. I just jammed too quick around this corner and the bike landed and on my leg and broke it.
Oh,
Just so unlucky, man.
We need help to carry. We need help to carry. We need some help to carry him. We need to carry him to the chopper.
Hey, attention la bouteille d'oxygène.
Bonjour.
You can help us? You can help me? Aha!
I will be, buddy. Don't worry, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can hang in there, buddy. Have your good cry now, bro. You're fine.
I just wanted to finish, man.
I know, buddy. And you're a freaking champion, dude. You'll have another chance, dude. You'll have another chance, bro. Like I said, there's guys a lot worse that have happened even this week. Hang in there. You're the man, dude.
Thanks, Joe.
It's alright, it's a leg, dude. It could be a lot worse, bro. Yeah, excuse me, sir. I'll see you, buddy. This is terrible, man.
The Dakar is not for the faint of heart, and when we return the story of a quadruple amputee athlete taking on the Dakar for the first time. Welcome back to Rest Day for Dakar 2017, where just reaching this halfway point is a victory in itself. .317 started the 5,400-mile trek on Monday, and 246 will begin week 2 tomorrow. But not many will have to overcome what Frenchman Philippe Croizon has in his attempt to complete the Dakar.
After a serious accident left him a quadruple amputee, Philippe Croizon was not just going to sit in a wheelchair. His life would be one of inspirational exploits.
It's not just to say that we did it, it's to show that nothing is impossible. We can all succeed in life, whatever happens.
After swimming the English Channel and to all 5 continents, his next challenge would be on 4 wheels.
One morning, my partner Susanna said to me, "You should go and have another adventure. I had an old dream of doing the Dakar, and today the technology exists for me to do it." So I said, "Okay, let's do the Dakar." And 17 months later, here we are. We invented a hydraulic joystick. I put my arm in the slot and accelerate by moving forward, and I can also brake and turn. And with this arm, I can move up and down through the gears. So this is how I drive. It's a video game.
The Dakar is an extremely tough race, even for the professionals. But for an amateur, and a disabled amateur, it's almost inhumane. But I believe that when you have a strong will, you can achieve many, many things.
His first few days on the Dakar, however, went beyond what he was probably expecting. Thankfully, his co-driver, Cedric, helped out.
He gave everything today. We drove almost 200 kilometres, pulled by the other car. He's behind you. What we did today was just mad. We had so many frights in the Fesh, we couldn't see anything. But when you want to do the Dakar, you have to do it. Tomorrow is another day.
There's nothing like seeing the Dakar through the eyes of those who take part. Come take a ride through week 1 when coverage of the 39th Dakar continues after this. When so many hours and days are spent riding through the South American wilderness alone, can you imagine how beautiful it was to receive a welcome to La Paz like this? From the comfort of your own home, there's nothing better than viewing the Dakar through the competitor's eyes. Here's a look at the week's best.
Day 1, baby. Let's go racing Dakar. I've worked hard for this. It's important not to screw it up.
super hot last night. Lots of bikes going, lots of tension, hearts racing, because we're about to go racing. Let's have a look. Come on, boy. My legs keep spasming because of the spinal cord injury. Here we are at the top of the pass, and you can see the altitude here on the sign. Just short of 5,000 meters. This is Dakar!
Stefan Petterhansel said it best when describing his car class this year. It's very unpredictable. There have been many stage winners and overall leaders, so that makes for a good Dakar. As you look at the top three in the main four classes, his words couldn't be more true. After all, they are the words of Mr. Dakar. With the rest day over, it's back to racing with an 800-mile start to week 2, the final day in Bolivia, with a southern trek towards Argentina. Join us again tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern for Stage 7 of the 39th Dakar. For our entire NBC Sports team, I'm Lee Diffie saying thanks for taking the Dakar journey with us.